This year, I wanted something big, dramatic, and a little mischievous for Christmas. So I built an 8-foot tall Grinch hand that looks like it's breaking out of my roof. It's honestly one of my favorite pieces that I've ever created. In today's video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I built it step by step, starting with the frame, shaping the fingers, and adding that perfect Grinch green finish. I'll also show you how to install it securely without damaging your roof, because safety and stability are super important when you're working with projects of this size. So if you've ever wanted a Christmas display that stops cars, gets neighbors talking, and brings a little Grinch-style chaos to your holiday display, this video is just for you. So join me for this awesome tutorial. To begin making our giant Grinch hand, we need plywood. Now, I'm using 3/4 inch thick plywood. You can get away with using 1/2 inch, but let's go with the thicker one so it's more sturdy. So what I did is I simply used a marker and traced out a Grinch hand. And you want the hand to look like this. Normally the Grinch hands are like this, the ball is hanging like that, but this is going to come out of the garage, so to speak. So we want it to be like this. So it's super simple. You can't go wrong because this is going to be covered with fur. So draw out a basic shape of a Grinch hand. Once you do, let's cut it out with our jigsaw and let's get ready for the next step, which is adding some bulk to it and then adding the fur. Alright, now that we've cut out our Grinch hand, we need to do one of two things. You could either start applying the actual faux fur to the Grinch hand, or we could make it thicker by applying expanding foam first, using Great Stuff expanding foam to make it thicker. Now, the only issue with this is that you'll need a lot of foam to make it thicker, but a workaround is to get cardboard boxes and then cut them up into sections and then put some foam, put some cardboard, put some foam on top of that. It'll give you more bang for your buck and make it thicker. Now, this is only necessary if you want it to look thicker like a real arm and hand. But if you're going to place it on the roof like I'm doing it, you can't really tell that it's just more of a 2D cut versus a 3D model. So it's completely up to you to do it a little bit thicker and then apply the foam. So if you're just going to do the foam straight on it, you can use Great Stuff expanding foam as the adhesive that will hold the fur fabric to the wood. It's an amazing adhesive using Great Stuff expanding foam. So if you want to go that route, let's do it, and then let's start applying the fur to it. Hey everyone, just a quick pause. I wanted to announce that my 3rd children's book has finally been published, and it's called The Ghost Who Dreamed of Flying. It's a cute story about friendship, courage, and believing in yourself, and it's available right now on Amazon. So if anybody wants to support me, support this channel and these tutorials, I ask you to go check it out on Amazon. The link is in the description below, or just go over there and type in The Ghost Who Dreamed of Flying. Now let's get back to this amazing tutorial. And this is what we should have left over. The foam has dried, it's expanded in some places, and made a mess in others, but no worries. So over here, we got a lot of bang for our buck because we used the cardboard. Now, if you want to, you can smooth it out. I was cutting off some foam so it wasn't so jagged. This fake fabric we have is very forgiving. So when we put it on top like this, it's going to be very forgiving to so many of the bumps that we have in there, but it's always good to cut some things off to at least smooth it out a bit, just a little bit, nothing crazy. So like I said, this is faux fabric. This is faux fur fabric. Make them in this awesome green color. We want to start from the bottom and work our way up so that we can overlap. So say we install this like that, the next piece, when it comes over here, it'll be able to overlap like this, right? You want the hairs to go over like that. So I think it'll look really nice. What we have to do now is remember, this bottom portion of the hand is going to be red. So we don't need to cover the first 3 feet, 2.5 to 3 feet with this green fur. We're going to wrap it with our red fabric to represent a sleeve. Then we have some white fur that's going to go as the cuff, and then we're going to continue the green hand. But if you don't want to do the red sleeve, then we're just going to start from the base just like that and move our way up. Okay, so attaching it to the roof isn't difficult, we just have to be creative. So this piece of plywood, let's pretend it's the pitch of our roof right here. Your hand is going to want to lean forward. We can't just place it like that. So what we need to do is we need to cut a piece of plywood, cut a plywood square, and that's going to go flat on the roof. But then we're going to cut another piece of plywood that's going to be attached directly to the back of the Grinch hand, acting as a tripod. So that means you can put your Grinch hand at whatever shape you want. You want it straight up though, while the other piece of plywood is going to be behind it, attached to the other piece of plywood you put. It's really simple. I'm going to show you right now, but also this method really only works if you have a shingled roof. I've never tried this on a metal roof, but the shingles act, they have some grit to them and it won't let it slide down. But it's very important that we have a counterbalance on the opposite side of the roof. So I've done this before on other videos where I'll put a piece of plywood on the front side and another piece of plywood on the back of the roof. Then I'll attach those two pieces of plywood with rope. That way it acts as a counterbalance. And then I'll just put a 50-pound bag of sand on the other side so that it doesn't fall off. Now, since the Grinch is kind of wide, it will act as a sail. So I don't recommend this on a roof in an area where there's a lot of wind. We get light to moderate wind here, so it'll be fine on the roof. But if you live in a windy area, I definitely don't recommend it on your roof, and perhaps it's better on the ground or in front of your garage. So I realized after I was done that I wasn't actually recording. My apologies, but let me walk you through this. We're holding it up with a piece of 2x4 that we've screwed to the platform. But to prevent this entire thing from slipping off the roof, we need to counterbalance it. And I have a wood pallet on the other side. You could use a piece of plywood with a sandbag on top of it. 2 ropes going over the ridgeline to the platform. Now look, the platform that we have is just a piece of plywood that's been cut in half, and then we put some shingles on top of it. I've just screwed some shingles on top of the plywood, and the plywood is what is holding up this entire thing. You can't tell from the ground because it's covered with these shingles. It's not going to damage your roof. And all we're doing is attaching a piece of 2x4 to that wood platform. And this is the beach ball that we have. It's also a medicine ball you can use that we've attached with some rope, and that's it. So here's a closer look at it. You can't even see the plywood that is under here. But again, remember, we cut the plywood board into 2 pieces. So this piece will be 4 feet by 4 feet, and the one behind the roof will also be 4 feet by 4 feet. And all we did is used 1 screw per shingle, just like that. See, 1 screw here, 1 screw there, and you want to make them irregular like this and cover all of the plywood. It's super simple. You just want to make sure that there's a sticky line of tar, it seems. Don't let that touch your roof so it doesn't stick to it. But just like that, it covers everything really, really nicely, and you can't even tell. Also, I forgot to mention, but before you put the shingles on, right behind there is a piece of 2x4 that's just screwed on the front part of the Grinch. That's just preventing the Grinch from sliding from the bottom. So we, of course, have the 2x4 behind it, and I cut it to 12 inches, a 12-inch piece of 2x4 laid horizontally to prevent the bottom part of the Grinch from slipping down. And just like that, we're good to go, and it looks amazing. And of course, you can see the rope right in the back, attached like this, and then the rope on the other side, just like that.
sure to check out my 3 children's books, Oliver and the Lost Flame, Little Olive and the Wallybad, and my newest book, The Ghost Who Dreamed of Flying, now available on Amazon.